Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shannon. Of course, if you have not been here before, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. You guys know what is up with that. So I'm actually refilming this intro. I did film it barefaced, but my sound cut out at the beginning, and I keep forgetting that my sound cuts out on this front-facing one until I talk a few times. So it should be good now. So we're going to film it kind of with all of my makeup done. We're going to be testing out the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Foundation SPF 30. This is what the box looks like. This is a higher end foundation if you are familiar with By Terry. They're a brand made in France, and I did purchase off their website. At the time of purchasing, it wasn't available on Beautylish. If it is, I don't know if I mentioned it in the next clip, but I'll link it down below from both websites. It does retail for, I think it was 75 Canadian dollars, and I did get 10% off and free shipping on their site. Because I don't think I mentioned the price when I go into the other information. But yeah, this is what the product looks like. I'll show you some more in the next clip. I'm excited to try this one out. I did a poll over on my Instagram at Shannon Shaw's Beauty between this one and the Makeup Forever, the new Reboot foundation. I got kind of an equal amount of comments, and I just really want to try this guy out. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to try it out, do a wear test. If you guys are interested in kind of seeing that, then just keep watching. All right, guys, so this is the foundation. So this is the unicarton it came in. As I mentioned, I did purchase this off the By Terry website. They are located in France, so it ships out from France, but their shipping is really good, and it was free shipping to Canada. So I'm assuming it would probably be free shipping to the States as well. I'm not sure on that. You will have to check. Now, Beautylish is a retailer of By Terry, but it was not available on their site yet. I'm assuming they will have it available, but it wasn't at the time that I purchased it. If it is since filming this video, I'll put both links down below, but I will say the By Terry website has really good shipping, and you can purchase all of their products off there. So I would recommend checking it out, and I think I was able to use like a 10% discount code. I think if you sign up for their emails, maybe you get like a 10%, or you can search online as well. I can't remember the one that I used, but I believe I did get 10% on this, and I did get free shipping. Now, as I mentioned, By Terry is a luxury brand. I heard Michelle Wong actually talk about this in a recent video, saying it was being released and that she was curious about picking it up. I, of course, jumped on their website and purchased it because I really wanted to try it. I've been liking a couple By Terry products. I have their Hyaluronic Hydra powder, the tinted powder, this guy right here. I have it in Rosy Light, which I believe is the lightest shade, and I love this. And then I also purchased the By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra primer, kind of part of the same line, previously, and this has been one of my favorite primers, so I figured I might like this foundation as well. I like anything that says hyaluronic in Hydra, because generally it means hydration, and I do have normal to dry skin if you aren't aware, so I thought this would be a great one to test out. And I am going to pair it with this primer just because it is a By Terry primer, and with this powder as well. So just to give you some info on the product, there are 15 shades available. Not the best shade range, I'm not gonna lie. They have a range of cool, neutral, and warm tones, which is nice, but they don't have a lot of deeper shades. So just be aware of that if you do have a deeper skin tone. You may not find your shade in this range, which I hope they approve upon, but I don't know. I don't think they're great with their shade ranges usually, so just keep that in mind. This product does come with 30 mils of product, or 1 fluid ounce, which is typical for any foundation. And I picked mine up in the shade 200 Neutral. It comes in this, look at this bottle. Isn't it pretty? It's like a really nice glass bottle. It's nice and hefty. It does have a dropper top on it. I'm not a big fan of dropper tops, but we're going to test it out anyway. And just so you know, it does have a slight scent. I feel like this has like a rose scent to it. Does it say, let's see if it says what it says for fragrance. There's definitely some kind of fragrance in this, but it almost has like that rose By Terry scent that's in some of their products. And I feel like that is definitely in here. I wish they'd have skipped on that, but it does smell nice regardless, like very luxurious. But if you have a sensitivity to fragrance, you're probably not going to like that. So just to give you some info on this product, it's supposed to be a luminous but yet matte finish foundation, which I'm always curious when the words matte and luminous are paired together, because what exactly does that mean? But it is supposed to have like light reflecting pigments to create kind of a lit from within look, and I'm getting this all from their website. I do have it pulled up over here on my laptop since I'm using my phone to film right now. It does say it's supposed to be good for all skin types, but particularly dry skin types. So I'm gonna say this is probably better for normal to dry skin. Of course, I have to try it out and see, but from what they're saying, it's better used for dry skin. But it does say it could work for all skin types, and it's supposed to help plump out wrinkles and fine lines, and again, create a matte luminous finish. So that's really all the info. They don't have a ton of info on the site. It does say to shake it well, so I'm gonna give it a good shake. And it does say if you want just sheer coverage to put on 2 drops, if you want more of a medium coverage to put on 4 drops. And this basically just claims to be like light to medium coverage from what I'm reading, but buildable. So we'll test that out. But yeah, if you want to build up the coverage, you're supposed to be able to build up the coverage, just not to a full coverage. And I'm going to go in with the Hyaluronic Primer. Sorry, I'm a little bit red down here. I'm not sure what's going on with my skin, but we're just going to have to roll with it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this primer on my fingertips. Like I said, I really like this primer. We're going to put that on. I usually like to focus this around the center of my face and then just kind of push it in and go to the outer parts of my face. This primer is really nice. I feel like it gives like a smooth base, but it's like, it gives you that hydrating feel and it doesn't feel like silicone-y, but it does feel like it blurs a little bit and helps if you have like pores. I don't have big pores, but I still feel like it does something for that area. And I just like the overall way it feels. It has like a little bit of tackiness to it, but nothing too crazy, which I personally appreciate. So other than that, we're just going to go in with the foundation. I'm going to use the mirror just to apply this. And I am going to be using I'm just using a Morphe Y6. I use this brush quite a bit for foundation, so I know that I like it. We'll give it another good shake. And we're just going to start off with the 2 drops. So, no, it might have been a little bit more than 2 drops, but we'll start out with that and see what happens. I'm just going to kind of dot this. Strong fragrance though, guys, just be aware. I can really smell that kind of rose fragrance. Ooh, that's pretty though. 2 drops is gonna do my whole face though. I think it's gonna do like half my face. It's a nice shade match for me. If I didn't mention, I got 200 neutral. There is some 100 shades that are more like of the fair shades. Like it's very light coverage upon just that amount. So we're gonna put some more. And we'll put some over on this side. So nicely though, like it feels so hydrating when you're applying it. Really want to buff this in. I am liking this. My eyelids. I feel like it almost has like a powdery feel to it, but it does still have like luminosity to it, which you can see. Like, yeah, it does still have some luminosity. I would say it's like light to medium coverage right now. Like it's not super full coverage by any means, and I wouldn't say it's a full medium coverage, and I've definitely used 4 drops. I will say up in here, I have dryness, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there is some like dry patches right there that you can still notice. It's kind of on my eyelid, but everything else is looking pretty good. The shade match is pretty good on me. I think it looks pretty nice. My forehead, we'll just kind of do that. My forehead's looking pretty good though. What do you guys think? I think the forehead was looking pretty good, so maybe we'll do like just like a little bit more. I'm gonna go directly on my face. I'm just like pushing this in where I have some redness. Sometimes I find this method works better if you have like redness around your cheek area that you want to kind of hide. Yeah, I like that pressed in for sure. I think using a beauty blender too to kind of like fix that up would look good. I'm trying to keep my lighting pretty even here, but it's not cooperating with me. The sun in the background is kind of going like in and out, which is not helping. It's kind of have like a almost like powdery kind of satin feel to it, which I don't mind. Like that was with quite a few drops, so I would say like we used about 6 to 8 drops. So just keep that in mind that I did use a bit of foundation with this guy. I had a feeling I would though. If you want a lighter coverage, what I think this is more geared towards, then it's definitely going to give you that like kind of lighter coverage. But so far so good. I think my skin looks really nice. Like, doesn't it look pretty? I really like it. And I like just kind of like pushing it in. It pushes into the skin really easily. It blends out pretty nicely. So that is awesome. So I'm going to put some concealer on and then we'll set everything with powder and I will be back. So I just applied all of my makeup, the rest of my makeup. If you're curious of what I have on currently, I'll just go through some of the products quickly with you. So concealer, I have the Milani Conceal and Perfect, which you can see I love. I use this all the time and I have tons of concealers, but this one is a really good one at the drugstore if you're looking for something inexpensive, and I just like love it. My eyes, I just did like a quick kind of like couple shade look with this Tarte, what is this called? Rainforest of the Sea Foil Finger Face Quad. It's kind of like one of these like sparkly palettes. I think I seen this on Sephora and picked it up. It might have been on sale actually. And these are the shades in here. If you're familiar with the finger like foil paints that they came out with another palette like this, similar formula, it's really, really pretty. I just kind of mixed these two colors together on my eyelid. Pretty. And then in my waterline and on my lips, I use the Lippy pencil from ColourPop, and this is in the shade Another Round. I can use these on both my inner like waterline and my lips. I'm not sure if you're supposed to, but it never irritates me. And then for brows, I just use my CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in 710. And then I use the Shop Miss A or Shop Misa AOA Brow Gel, which I don't love, but I want to use it up. Mascara, I use the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. You guys already know that I like this, even though it gets gooky here. But I do like this mascara. It does nice things for my lashes at least. Bronzer, I use the Maybelline City Bronzer in 200. One of my favorite bronzers. And then I did use the Tarte Quirky blush, this blush right here, which I think is really pretty. And then I topped it with the blush lighter from Wet n Wild in Highlight Bling. I topped it with this shade here. And then I did put this shade on my inner corners and on my brow bone. Highlighter, I used the Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter in Molten Rose Gold. One of my favorite highlighters, by the way. I think it's so, so beautiful. So I did go ahead and put that on. So then I went in with the e.l.f. one of the new satin kind of lipsticks in the shade Creme. I do really like this shade. It's nice and creamy too on the lips. But yeah, that's everything I put on my face other than like the primer and powder, which you see me apply. But this is how everything is looking. What do you guys think? I think it still has that like luminosity to it even through the powder. So I definitely think this is going to be better for people with like normal to dry skin and someone looking for like a light to medium coverage. This isn't going to be like for people that love high coverage foundations or don't like to build their foundations up. This is like a great kind of like everyday flawless skin kind of cover up what you need to foundation. Like I said, it's fragrance, so that might bother you. Other than that though, I think it applied really nicely and it looks really, really pretty on my skin at least. I really like how everything applied over top of it. I definitely will have to wear it obviously throughout the day, but so far I can see this being not something that like a really oily skin person likes unless like things change on my skin. I think it is not super matte. Like I don't find it to be a matte luminous. I find it to be more like of a luminous finish, but like I said, it does still have that velvety feel kind of to it. But I do notice it on my skin, so I don't know, like I can kind of feel like I have foundation on, but I don't know. I like it so far. I'm just gonna wear it throughout the day and we'll come back and do some check-ins. Maybe I'll pop in like a little clip in natural lighting so you guys can see it as well. But so far so good. So we'll keep testing it out and see how it wears. Natural lighting, Shannon here. So wow, I think this looks so great in front of a window, like in front of natural lighting. I think it looks even better than it does like when I'm filming with my ring light. So I'm pretty happy with this. Only half an hour since I filmed, but I think it looks so pretty. What do you guys think? Like, I think it looks so, so beautiful. Obviously, I'm going to check in with you to see if it holds up. This is a pricey foundation, but I will be back in a few hours and we'll do another check-in. Guys, all right, guys, so I am back for the final check-in. So I have had this foundation on for about 9 hours. I put it on around 12 and it's roughly like 9:30 now. So I have had it on for a fairly long wear test and I thought I would just pop back on, show you what it's looking like. I still think it has beautiful luminosity to it. Like it's just really nice. It gives you definitely that lit from within look, which I agree with. And I do think it does have a bit of a satin matte finish, but definitely not too far on the matte side, more on the luminosity side on my skin anyway. I would stay away from this if you are like super oily because I feel like it just wouldn't stand up on your oily skin unless you really put like mattifying primers and mattifying powder, etc, etc. So I think you should stay away from it if you're like too oily, but if you are normal to dry, I think you would like this one. I like it so far. I obviously have to keep wearing it more. I'll get in a little closer here. You can see it's completely rubbed off though, like around my nose area. I do mention a lot in videos that that does happen to me though, because my nose literally runs no matter what I eat throughout the day. It's just an ongoing issue with me. It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with the foundation. It makes my foundations rub off. I will say though, I do have a couple like higher coverage foundations that will last better throughout my nose running than this one, so just keep that in mind. But this is more of a light coverage foundation, as I mentioned in the previous, like the try-on clips as well, more of a light to medium. But I do think it looks good. I think my forehead looks really nice. Like, I don't feel like, I have obviously some fine lines and wrinkles up here, and I feel like it looks pretty smooth. They're not as visible as usual, and I didn't get a ton of creasing in my smile lines. No real buildup kind of in my nose area, just the area here that rubbed off, and I think I have like a little area here where I was touching my face that rubbed off. So I don't think it's transfer proof by any stretch. I do think it will rub off a little bit, and I do want to mention if you are sensitive to fragrance, definitely do not pick this one up because I don't think you will like it. It is highly fragranced. It has that kind of rose scent and it does linger for a little bit after wearing the foundation. So I did want to put that out there. Other than that though, I think it looks really good on my skin. I'm going to continue to wear it. I like the luminosity it gives. If you don't like a luminous foundation, you may not like this one, but I do think it looks really beautiful. You guys will have to let me know if you've tried it or if you plan on trying it. But I am excited since this is a pricey foundation that I do enjoy it because when you spend that kind of money, you really want to like the foundation. But again, if you don't like light coverage foundations, stay away from this one. If you don't like fragrances, stay away from this one. And if you're oily, stay away from this one. Pretty much it. That's like kind of my wear test and a review. Obviously, I have to test the foundation out more and I can always update you guys in a future video. If you did like the video, make sure you do give me a thumbs up. It does help my channel quite a bit, and hit that bell notification if you want to stay up to date with my videos. I'm not the most frequent uploader, I tell you in every video. And definitely hit the subscribe button if you want to become part of my YouTube family. But I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.